Hi, Anthony. This is Jason with Rave Light Tarot. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate you sending the email information in your Cash App request. You're one of the people who I didn't know how to get in touch with. I did a couple of these. I had a couple people who I've done the Map of Destiny readings for, but I didn't have their email, so I stopped doing them and have been trying to find ways to get people's emails. And I was about to send you a message asking for it on Cash App because that's the only way I would know to contact you. So I appreciate that you sent that with your email. And I'm going to complete, I'm assuming you want the reading and not a refund. So I'm going to complete it for you. And now going forward, obviously, you know now, it won't usually take a long time to get your reading done. It was just a matter of, I didn't have anywhere to send it to. So really excited. I just burned some incense and a little bit of Palo Santo. What the incense does is it really clears the energy for me because I've been doing readings. And then it also, the Palo Santo, after clearing the energy, the Palo Santo really brings the smell of it. Something about burning that smell, it brings my spirit and it brings sort of the, invites the energy of a love vibration in, which for me as an intuitive empath and a reader is super important because based on my own spiritual awakening with sort of the twin soul journey, what allows me to, what I believe allows me to connect is sort of maintaining a love vibration during my readings. So that was important. I'm going to go ahead and start. And so for your Map of Destiny reading, I'm super excited. I think we're going to get you some, well, I know we're going to get you some really good messages. And what I like to do, the way I do it first and foremost is we do have the Syrian Starseed cards. As you can see, I've got them sectioned off. You'll understand why when I get to them. That's your tarot that we pull for the reading. And we start before that with the Ascension, what are these called? Ascension Oracle cards. These are very special cards. The Ascension Oracle cards are going to give you an understanding of, we pull two, and they're going to give you an understanding of some non-physical energies that you're working with spiritually, that you're bringing in this lifetime to sort of assist you on your journey and things that you're sort of working with, right? To sort of help you to achieve the things your soul has set out to achieve this lifetime. So it's really exciting and it's really interesting. And then after that, we're going to pull some other different kinds of oracle and tarot cards and just a lot of fun stuff that's going to give you, I think, a really comprehensive outlook as far as your destiny and what's written in the stars for you and why you chose to come here and what you're supposed to as an individual, and as an individual as part of the whole participating with your share in its purpose, what you are here to achieve and accomplish. So it's really exciting. Sorry, I've got a little issue with my chair, so if you see me reaching down, that's why. Let's get started. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source. Thank you, spirit, angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors. Thank you for gathering around me, protecting my light, my energy, and my vibration. Thank you for allowing me to connect today to Anthony's energy for the purpose of healing guidance for him. So let's get started here and see what the cards have to tell us. Very excited to do this for you. Yeah, but going forward, it would, if you like, order a personal reading, because sometimes people, when they get the Map of Destiny, they want to know more about, say, their love life. So they'll order like a 30-minute private reading. If you decide to do something like that, just know it won't take this long. Now that I have your email address, it'll just be a day or two. You know, not long. I'm not all booked up right now. So if that's the case, now that I have your email, you'll be all set. What Ascension Oracle cards does Anthony need to see? Three came out. That's interesting. We'll go ahead and take them. Let's see what it is. So what I want you to know when it comes to these Ascension Oracle cards, they're a little out there. Like even me, who's someone who operates on spiritual terms on a pretty much daily basis, some of them to me are like, whoa, these are really out there, but they're very interesting. And if you can sort of have an open mind, I think you'll be able to see where they resonate for you on some level, no matter how out there they may be. So you've got card number 52, Mother Mary's Aquamarine Mantle. Card number 39, Commander Ashtar. And card number 29, the Intergalactic Council. So let's see what all of this says about you. Mother Mary's Aquamarine Mother Mary's Aquamarine Mantle. Here we go. The wondrous universal angel, Mary, radiates her high-frequency aquamarine light through the universes. She spreads compassion, empathy, kindness, healing, and love. Mother Mary suggests that you open your heart and offer everyone who touches your path these qualities. Then she will grace you by placing her aquamarine mantle in your aura. You're reminded that there is only love, so there is nothing to forgive. As you wear this mantle, you become a force for healing and light, and the angels will sing blessings over you. Ooh, that's beautiful. There's an affirmation for each of these cards, and the affirmation for this card is to say, I wear Mother Mary's mantle of love, and I enfold others within it. That's beautiful. So that's really interesting. So you're really being called to connect to that energy of Mother Mary, who really emotes that energy of universal love, kindness, healing, empathy, and compassion. And empathy is such a big one for people that are light workers like us. Okay, Anthony, so next we have Commander Ashtar. I'm familiar with this one. It's really interesting. This is card number 39, which breaks down to a 12, which breaks down to a 3, which is the number of the Ascended Masters. Commander Ashtar is in charge of the Intergalactic Fleet. So I think it's interesting. Commander Ashtar is in charge of the Intergalactic Fleet, and then you got the Intergalactic Council card. These go together. Very special. He's in charge of the Intergalactic Fleet, the spaceships that patrol and protect this universe. His mothership enters Earth through Machu Picchu, the two-way interdimensional portal that he oversees. Commander Ashtar is connecting with you through this card and inviting you to view the planets, the stars, and the galaxies with the eyes of the cosmos, with cosmic eyes. So not with human eyes, right? That's just what I was talking about, to really expand your views. And I'm sure you obviously believe in energy and the consciousness of energy to even get a reading. But even beyond that, what's out there, right? And interdimensional things. And he's inviting you to view this card and what he's saying with cosmic eyes, and to breathe in the subtle energy and wisdom of the stellar world and allow it to affect your chakra system and ignite your consciousness. That's beautiful if you can do that, to really breathe in that energy and that wisdom. It's what allows you to really connect. Even beyond that wisdom and that energy, it's what allows you to go even further and to connect to the actual Akashic records, in my opinion. You are blessed, for this is a card of expanded enlightenment and a call to intergalactic service. So that's really beautiful. And you can serve intergalactically even while in human form in your dreams, because parts of us leave our body during our dream time. The affirmation for this card is, I choose to connect with Commander Ashtar and to serve the universe. Beautiful. So let's read this last one. I think this came out for a specific reason, obviously. Intergalactic Council number 29 breaks down to an 11. That's the gateway. The number 11 is that gateway. That's the portal. If you look at an 11, it's a doorway for you to walk through. So something about this Intergalactic Council that you may be serving on or connecting to is some sort of gateway for your soul this lifetime that's very significant. The Intergalactic Council of 12 Great Masters make decisions for the highest good of this universe. The council includes Marco, Hilarion, Jesus, Ashtar, Kutumi, El Morya, Paul the Venetian, Saint Germain, Kuan Yin, Lady Nada, Serapis Bey, and Lord Maitreya. Saying or thinking their names, just saying or thinking their names raises your frequency. It's pretty beautiful. Recognize that you yourself are a multidimensional being. Connect with your deepest wisdom and focus on the well-being of the universe. Your guidance is to ask Universal Angel Butyalil to take you to the Intergalactic Council in meditation or sleep and to offer to serve the universe. When you make this offer, it will greatly expand your consciousness. The affirmation with this card is just to say, I choose to visit the Intergalactic Council today. So you're not making a commitment to do anything. You're not being recruited into the council. You're just committing to visit, and learn more. And as you make that commitment within your soul, I choose to visit the Intergalactic Council today. Find out more, right? And these are things I've never even felt like pulled a card for myself like that or gotten the call to. So it's really special, Anthony. And really, I mean, I don't know what all is out there. I don't know. I know what I do, and I know that I have very open-minded belief systems, but I know there's a lot more than what I can see. And I know you believe that too. And I know when you see things like this, and when I was reading that, I felt an energy that was very intense, very deliberate, and very strong. So I think you obviously have some strong gifts if you're being called into things like that. So I think that's really beautiful. Okay, so now I told you you would understand why I have my Syrian starseed sectioned off, and I'm going to get into that now. So the Syrian starseed is sort of the meat and potatoes or the heart and soul of your map of destiny reading. This is where we get into the elements and how each element represents a certain part of your life purpose and how it really relates to you as a human being, this life cycle. So the first thing we pull is sort of from the master cards. And the master cards are basically like if we were pulling from a normal tarot deck, it would be called the court cards, the kings, the queens, the this and that. However, in this deck, they're the master cards. It starts from seeker to master. So it's going to pull a certain energy and it's going to pull a certain level of mastery to tell us what you're here to do from a broad spectrum this lifetime, what you need to just know. This isn't your purpose necessarily, but this is something your soul has come to deal with. And you have either a gift or something you're seeking as part of the plan. Okay, so let's see what comes out for that. And these cards are not enough and too big for me to shuffle traditionally, so I just kind of mix them around. And something usually flies out when it's time. So we just, oh, something flipped. Ooh, Master of Flame. Okay, 2 flipped. 3 flipped. What the heck? We definitely got Master of Flames. Let me see if I feel like these others are resonant for you. Yeah, I think they might be. So Seeker and Adept. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I see that. I see what that's about. Thank you, guys. Okay. So what you need to know first and foremost, Anthony, you're Master of Flames. The flames is the fire energy. That's about your spirit, your actual soul. This is Master of Flames. When I see Master of Flames, that's usually talking about a last lifetime. You're an old soul. That's probably why the Intergalactic Council is calling upon you. You're an old soul. You've probably always felt older than the people around you, like I did too. When I was a kid, I always liked being around old people because they're more mature, right? And they can tell great stories. And I was someone who always enjoyed that. You probably have that as well. An old soul usually does. But more than that, what Master of Flames is about is not just that you're an old soul, but that this may be a last lifetime for you, that this may be a wrapping it up type of thing. And you may have never been a human. A lot of people just are coming as volunteers, right? And you may have lived many lifetimes, but not in human form. You may have lived in other galaxies, in other dimensions. Or you may have lived many human lifetimes. There's no telling. We may get into that, we may not, depending on what comes out. But what this does mean is that your soul has come in this lifetime to fulfill a purpose here, and it's not going to be doing it again. You're here to wrap things up. Master of Flames. That's big time what that means. Also, though, with the Seeker and then the Adept, both of orbs, the orb's energy is the swords. It's the air stuff. That's mental challenges, communication issues. You come in as a Seeker of orbs, and then you're coming out or ending up as an Adept. That's a big leap. So what that means to me is your communication skills when you come in this lifetime are something you need to hone. I don't know if you're someone who is like me, who's kind of has the gift of gab, if you will, and is a good speaker. If so, it's probably something you could hone. Or if you're not, it's probably something you could hone, because the Seeker usually isn't someone who's that great at communication, but they're going to get a lot better with Adept. Or it may have been your path this lifetime to always be working on and improving. It's about being able to communicate things, and it may not always be about verbal communication. So don't let your thinking focus in too much or get too tunnel visioned into one specific type of communication. What do you use to communicate? Music, the written word. I mean, there's sign language. There's so many ways people communicate as in human form, but you are definitely being called, moving from Seeker of Orbs to Adept of Orbs, to be someone who improves their powers of communication greatly this lifetime. And also, just when we talk about orbs are also your challenges, like mental challenges. It can represent anxiety or tough things. So you're being called to go from someone who maybe doesn't handle mental processes so well or challenges, who becomes someone who really does handle things very well this lifetime. Certainly not a master. Master and adept are not the same thing, but adept is someone coming from seeker to adept is a great leap and a great process. So you're definitely going to see big improvements in your life when it comes to whatever that orb's energy does represent for you in the sort of air mental swords realm. Okay? So that's really exciting. I think that's good news. And I think it's also interesting, especially with a soul that's as I think aged as yours, it's really interesting that you're going to have that challenge because we all, it doesn't matter how old our soul is or how wise we are. We all come here and we get challenged. We didn't come here to take it easy. We came here to get challenged. But at the same time, it's not fun, right? So always remember that those challenges are in fact things you chose, and they're things that you chose for a reason. So never feel like, even if you can't see the human explanation to your suffering sometimes or dealing with certain challenges, never feel like they're for nothing or that you're not serving a purpose, right? Everything does. It always serves a purpose and it's always worth it, okay? I promise. Now we're doing flames. So again, we just talked about flames because you got the master of flames. What we're doing is each element now. And we're not doing mastery now. We're doing like the 2 to 10s and we're doing the elements, and it's to tell us, right, ace to 10s of that element, where you fall this lifetime for that particular element. So again, we're flames. So this is about your soul, something to do with your soul's path this lifetime. Oh, there it is. Wow. Okay, perfect. 6 of flames. So the number 6 represents balance a lot of times. The cards, the 6 of flames specifically, if you think about it as the 6 of wands, it represents victory. So I really do feel this is more confirmation, like the master of flames, that your soul this lifetime is on a path of victory, that your soul is here to complete something. And that a big part of that is about balance, though, because the 6s sometimes represent like a scale. And so what you may experience, your soul may be sometimes experiencing a lot of passion, but also a lot of pain. And so when you experience that, it's kind of what I talked about before with the challenges. It's important to recognize that there's a lot of value in that balance. There's a lot of value in understanding that everything's happening the way it's supposed to and for a reason and for a higher purpose than maybe we understand right now, and not to get discouraged by that, but to really see the value in the struggle and the value, especially when you look at the 6 of flames, the value in your soul finding balance between. It's almost like your soul being able to, Anthony, to walk a line, sort of to straddle the line between the light and the darkness, which is a really cool thing when you think about it. All right. So crystals. So the crystals energy, right, is basically, that's your physical stuff. That's like your material path, like could be talking about your wealth accumulation, the struggle therein to find financial success. But it also could be about just physical things, like a physical connection. We'll see what comes through. Let's see what comes through for that. What's his crystal's path this lifetime? Destined crystal's path this lifetime for Anthony. Uh-oh. Oh, come on, guys. What is it? Give us something. We know it's... Oh, there it is. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So 7 of crystals. So Anthony, you're going to experience some frustration when it comes to your material path. The 7 of crystals is about... there is frustration here. And I have to say, it's not always frustrating, the 7, but I felt it when it came out. It was slow to come out too. So the message is really clear. You will accumulate wealth. You will live a comfortable life, but it's not going to come like that. I was so blessed when I started my channel. The success was like that. It happened overnight. Although within myself, I was scared, and it took me a long time to have the courage just to do it, to start it. But once I started it, I didn't struggle for it to grow. It grew quick. It was like 10,000 in a month. And that's not a huge number, but that's a lot for a lot of people spend years trying to get 10,000 subscribers, and I had them in a month because what I did, I already was really good at. So it's not that type of success, but it's a success that does come. But the 7, when it comes to the 7 of Pentacles, or in this case, crystals, it's about patience, but also like diligence. So working hard. To me, this is where I'm at now in my business, having to push and work to get things to keep growing. And so that's where I don't think you're going to be someone who is like living hand to mouth all the time. But when we're talking about the material world, there's something that you're trying to get to, that there's a struggle for you to get to. And I want you to remember, you didn't come here just for that. And I know you know that, but there's something for you to remember, because I'm looking at the 6 of crystals on the bottom of my deck here, and that's that balance again, that scale, that balance. So there's something for your soul to always remember, that when you seek and find balance, that's when things flow easier. So a big stumbling block, detour, I would say, not a stumbling block, a detour on the way to the sort of the material comforts that you may be looking for this lifetime, is the balance that's got to be there. There's always got to be balance. So as long as you can remember that and be sort of cognizant of the fact that you're always going to need to sort of walk the line, pardon the Johnny Cash reference, but as you walk the line, you're going to see a lot of things pay off, man. Like, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So just keep that in your mind. And, well, more like in your mind's eye. Like, be aware of that as you're looking at your goals. Like, this is how to get to them. Part of getting to your goals is understanding that need for balance. Okay, so now chalices. This is the fun part. This is what I'm best at, the love stuff. Okay, that's why I do love readings usually. But this is, the chalices is the cups. It's love. And let's see, this is usually romance. So let's see what's going on this lifetime for you when it comes to love and romance. Another 7. Okay, this isn't bad news. And the good news is at the bottom of the deck, you've got a 9. That's a wish coming true. So again, it's standing out for you very much like the 7 of crystals. You've got steps to go through to get to the love that you truly desire. But when you get there, it's going to be a wish coming true. So is it great news? Not if you're looking for instant gratification, because this is not like a 2 of cups that meets like that overnight. They're perfect for each other and da-da-da, right off into the sunset. No, you will ride off into the sunset with somebody if that's your wish, if that's your desire, because this is about your desires and your wish coming true, Anthony. So if you don't desire to have a life partner or a spouse, then that's not what this is about. This is personalized to you. But I think most of us want someone to really partner with and spend our life with. And so presuming that is your heart's desire and a fulfillment of a wish for you, you'll get it, but it's going to take time. This is about patience. The 7s, whereas the 6s, the word to describe the number 6 in the readings is balance. The word to describe the number 7 in the readings is patience. Now, the 7 of cups can be about too many options, confusion. So also, you may often be confused about who you want to be with. Oh, maybe I like this quality in this person, but I really miss this quality about that person. That type of energy comes up sometimes. But more than that, I do feel it's about patience. And it's about, because you see in this deck, you see the steps and the cups are leading up to the top. Well, that top cup would be the person that's your wish, right? You have to go through some things to get there. It's kind of like the old adage, I had to kiss a few frogs to get my prince. That's kind of like that. It's like, to get to where I really want and to the person I really want to be and be with, I had to go through some tough things, And that's okay. I mean, we all have our different... Everybody has their own things that are a challenge. Whereas for me, monetary things could be a challenge. For this person, love could be a challenge. For that person, mental health. Everyone has, I feel like it really is a level playing field. We just don't all struggle with the same things. But we all struggle with something. That's my personal belief. Orbs. You already know what orbs is because I just talked about that in the beginning when you got the seeker and adept of orbs. So let's see. So this is your struggles. These are your challenges, speaking of, and what you can expect this lifetime as part of the plan. Wow. Nice. Again, 6. You got another. So you got a lot of 6s and 7s are the story this lifetime for you. And that's not bad. Okay, 6s and 7s are really good, but they're definitely, you know what 6s and 7s make me think of? That, for one, that Evita song, never mind. But what they really make me think of is sort of incremental work on something. Something growing with incremental work. Like what you put the work into, it pays off. What you put the work into, it pays off. But it's not like the quick prize. So 6 of orbs. You're going to see a lot of joy in life. You're also going to see some heartbreak. There's going to be a balance there. You're going to be doing some beautiful light work. You're also going to be doing some tough shadow work. There's going to be a balance there. That's all it is. And it's not a bad thing. Let me see what's at the bottom of the deck here for the orbs. Yeah, Five of Orbs. The Five of Orbs is making sure to keep your ego in check. Your ego can leave you feeling very alone and isolated from the people and the things that you love. So make sure you don't get stuck in a cycle of ego winning out over the truth or what you need to do for the people you love. Don't let your ego. We all have an ego, and we all have the tendency, if we're not careful, for our ego to not keep us in check and to let us to get out of check, and for that to affect our relationships in a negative way. And I don't want that to happen, and it won't. I don't feel that it will, because you're destined to find balance in these things. But it can at times if you're not careful, based on that bottom of the deck Five of Orbs. So that's just something to be aware of, again, in your mind's eye, that you don't ever want that. Don't ever, if it has in the past caused relationship problems, make sure you're aware that that can happen, and you sort of make a decision and speak that out loud by yourself that you're not going to allow that to happen going forward. Okay, so this is sort of an exciting part too. We're now at the major arcanas with the Sirian Starseed Tarot. Major arcana is your soul purpose. It's why you came here. Like, if you were to say, look yourself in the mirror and go, Anthony, why am I here? This is why. We're going to find out why. Generally speaking, I usually do 2 major arcanas for this. What major arcanas does Anthony need? That's Spirit. Map of Destiny reading. Thank you. Whoa. There they are. Yep, 2. Okay, so you got the Great Wheel and Transition. That's basically the Wheel of Fortune and the Death card. So what does that mean? That means that your soul came here, like the Master of Flames said, to complete a cycle, a beautiful cycle. It's like the building blocks of life are here. And then the transition, right? So your soul is ascending for sure. You're on a path of ascension. You're probably pretty wide awake these days and pretty well aware. I'm not sure how old you are, but I would imagine you're pretty attuned to the fact that there's some major things happening in your life at this point. There's no way to get these major arcana and not be attuned to it. Now, be careful with the transition card. I don't want you to be worried, because that could be a scary card, because that's the transition or death, that scorpionic energy. That can be painful to go through. It's like constant death and rebirth, constant cycling of things, right? The constant transitions of life. So your life, based on these 2 cards, is going to, you are someone who, if you're not my age, by the time you get to my age, 40s, you're going to be able to look back and be able to put your life into like containers, like, well, there's the childhood, there's the early 20s, there's the late 20s, because it's going to be like different chapters. You're going to see marked differences in parts of your life. And that sort of came through for you in the other parts of the reading already. Marked differences throughout your life. And as long as you can see, and I think you will based on this, because the Great Wheel is a really good card, especially upright the way these came out. As long as you can look back and see an upward trajectory throughout life, and I definitely, like I said, feel that you will. It's Gucci. It's all good. You also have at the bottom of the deck, as sort of an overall energy, the Ascension card. So that's that's just like a real confirmation of what you're doing, right? It's all about that ascension. And I think it's also important to realize the more that you start to see, and I feel like based on this, you're someone who would actually see that sort of cyclical nature of things in your life. And the more you kind of see that happening, the better, because that means you're aware, you're seeing really clearly how things are working and what's happening. So that's good. Okay, so what we're going to do next is pull from the Dreams of Gaia deck and a Romance Angel, because this is about a little bit more detail. People want to know about their love life, right? And this is going to give us that, a little bit more detail about your love life and what's happening here, and what you can expect. And let's keep in mind, you did get the 7 of Cups, or 7 of Chalices, in the tarot side. So that's what we're working with, right? The 7 of Chalices, and then we're going to go sort of take a deeper look on that and see how it applies with these. I'm using the Dreams of Gaia deck for this. Dreams of Gaia is a beautiful deck. It is tarot, but it's more of an oracle deck. because it's not a traditional tarot by any means. Whoa. It does have all the elements represented in a major deck, but there we go. Okay. This is interesting. Don't be very careful in love not to resist change. When things don't work out with a certain partner, don't try to hold on to them. You've got an overall energy here of death and rebirth. Again, that major arcana that came out for you, and it's here again at the bottom of the deck, and with the Four of Earth. That's speaking much about not holding on to things. You're holding a roof up here in this card. This man's holding a roof up that he needs to let it fall. See, it's falling down. See how it's all broken right here? It's falling down, and he needs to stop holding it up because it's causing him to get cut and bloodied. So don't hold on to things that aren't serving you. You came here to experience major cycle shifts, major death and rebirth. That's part of your path. It's part of your destiny. And the more you fight against it and try to hold up a house that's falling down, the more miserable you're going to be. People are going to come and people are going to go. Kiss them goodbye. And I know that sounds kind of, even saying it, I feel kind of like I'm being harsh, but no, that's clearly part of your destiny, is to learn to when to hold on and when to let go. A big part of it for you, okay? And we're talking about love here. Oh, but it's going to be great. You've got such good outcome cards. Look, you've got the Eight of Water, okay? This is beautiful. In this deck, this is about the balancing of all of your chakras, your sort of energy becoming very psychically attuned. It's very much to me like the Star card. Like, it's very much about like miraculous things happening, destiny. And then look what other cards you got. The King of Earth. So you're coming out very strong, someone coming in very reliable into your life. And then you also got the Destiny card and the Union card. Destiny and Union. So what that really confirms for you, Anthony, is that the struggle is real. We all go through it, especially in love. But it's going to have a beautiful resolution. And it's about union, and it's about destiny. And this could be, I don't know if you have a twin soul, if you've been awakened because of a twin soul, or if you just have some, like maybe even a past life soulmate who's coming back. You have someone who is a divine counterpart for you, and it's going to come in at a time when you've been through the ringer. That person may have already entered your life and left, but they're coming back. Whatever the case is, this is a beautiful connection. And if we do a love reading for you, like if you down the road next week or down the road sometime want to get a love reading, we'll look more at this. But this looks really beautiful. Whatever this is, I know it's going to be good. And this is either you coming out as the King of Earth. It feels more like it's your partner, your romantic partner or soulmate coming out as the King of Earth, which is just a really stable, reliable, and beautiful, abundant energy. So it just feels really good. But your focus needs to be on the alignment and balancing of those chakras and connecting to dolphin energy. You know, dolphins are a beautiful animal. They're one of the first animals to sort of come to this planet in certain belief systems. They were believed to be the water angels that protected the lost city of Atlantis. So dolphins really cool. Let's see what the romance angel cards have. I don't love these cards, but I do pull them for the Map of Destiny reading. People like them, so let's see. Ugh. They're so flimsy because I've shuffled them so many times. What messages? What messages? Trust. Worth waiting for. All right, past life relationships. So you've got trust. This situation calls for you to have faith when it comes to love. Waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Beautiful. And then you've got past life relationship. You have known each other before. You have known each other before. So that's really nice. So you do have some kind of a past life soulmate. That can also be a twin soul. There's no telling what exactly that is. But whatever it is, clearly this is something that's destined if you're getting the message to trust and that it's worth waiting for. So again, the worth waiting for on the trust card, if you're looking for something quick and easy, it's not going to be quick and easy in love. I mean, that's come through for you, the whole reading so far. But it is going to be worth the wait, obviously, and that's good news. All right, so now we've got some fun stuff to do. We're going to pull from the Power deck. The Power deck is an oracle deck, and it's really going to talk to you about things, an energy that's going to help you, and sort of where you're going to find empowerment this lifetime, and what to do with it. It's going to talk about a specific color, a direction, and an energy. And let's see what comes through for you. message for Anthony from the power deck. All right. Humor. Humor. And this makes sense. Here's the, I don't try to intuit the pictures here in this deck, but I at least want to show it to you in case you want to pull a message from it. Humor. Color is yellow, direction is east, number is 45, breaks down to a 9. So I think that I can see how that would relate to your reading, given that when you're having to walk the line between light work and shadow work, humor is so important. You know, Carrie Fisher has always been Princess Leia from Star Wars, Carrie Fisher, the actress and the writer. She's always been such a sort of idol of mine, you know, because like me, she struggled for years with substance abuse and mental health issues. And she used to always say, if my life wasn't funny, it would just be true. And that's not acceptable to me. Like, she has to find the humor in things, because if not, it's too painful. And that's sort of what I feel with this card for you, Anthony, the humor card. It's saying you're going to experience some pain. That's part of your destined path this lifetime. There's going to be pain. But if you can see the humor in things, then you take the power away from the pain and you sort of recapture it and take it back for yourself. And that's a beautiful thing, to be able to say, no, no pain. I have the power here, not you. Thank you very much. So do that. And I'm going to read the card to you also. It says, humor, fear, and anger awaken the power of your will. In the juxtaposition of realities, as in the primitive positioned in the wilderness of an urban setting, find truth, see how you have chosen your illusions, as have others, and seek to feel the laughter that holds together your daily dream. Self-importance binds you to the source of joy and humor. Awaken the power of your will and find your laughter wholeheartedly. Awaken your sense of humor. I love that. So there's power in that. This is the power deck. That's saying you're going to find power. You're going to be empowered by awakening the sense of humor and seeing that side of things. Let me pull the Moonology Oracle. Now we're doing the Moonology Oracle. Present, near future, long-term future. Present, near future, and long-term future. One more shuffle. Present, near future, and long-term future. Present, new moon in Leo, confidence is your key to success. So approach your present life with confidence and know that you're going to be successful. Near future, full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. So remember, as you go into the near future, to find balance in the spirituality and the practicality. And that's going to be pretty easy for someone like you, because you're getting accustomed to sort of riding the middle line. Long term, a personal issue will reach resolution. So you're going to find those resolutions, the love that comes in. Those 6s and 7s, but they're long-term things. So this is a long-term full moon in Cancer. And that's that watery energy, that Cancer energy. But that's a long-term personal issue coming to resolution. So be patient with yourself and with the people in your life that come and go. Be patient. It's so difficult sometimes, but so important given your path. Now, I'm pulling from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And these cards are basically talking about blessings in your life. And some of the blessings may not sound like blessings, but you can be assured that they are if they're coming out of the Sacred Destiny Oracle for you. So let's see what comes through here for you in this deck. What are the Sacred Destiny Oracle cards that Anthony most needs to know about this lifetime as part of his destiny? Community. It looks like a gay pride flag. Community. So finding comfort in your community, finding support in your community, whether it has to do with your personal health or the health of others. It's saying that finding support in your community is going to be a blessing in your life. Patience. Again, you already knew that. We've touched on this. We already got into this spirit. So patience. Yeah, having patience is a big blessing for you. Oh my God, this is so funny. And diligence. I think I said working diligently. Like, these are so obviously part of your destiny. I feel like I'm kind of ahead of the curve here with spirit, because we already got patience and diligence, but they were two of the cards that came out. Bottom of the deck, happiness, and more dolphins, by the way. So dolphins are a really special animal for you. And I think that may be something to do with the Angels of Atlantis. So we're going to go into that now as we wrap this up. I want you to know what to do with the Angels of Atlantis here. This is going to be one of the most important cards I pull for you. Angels of Atlantis. So this is telling you what angels you should be praying to or meditating with at this time, and what energy they're going to help you to heal that's very important for you. This is fun. Ooh, Haniel, willpower, Sandalphon, intention. Okay, I got two that feel really accurate here. You've got Archangel Haniel, Angels of Atlantis, Haniel, and the energy of willpower. And the angel is Sandalphon, and the energy of intention. So Haniel, willpower, Sandalphon, intention. So they're going to help you with these energies. The energy of intention and willpower kind of go hand in hand. So I think I would be, this were me, you do it, obviously you should do what you want, but if this were me, I would be sort of meditating with both of those angels in my intention and those energies, because those things seem to go hand in hand. So I think that's going to bring you a lot. Now, one more thing I want to do before I go, even though this is just sort of a bonus side of it, is I want to pull a Work Your Light Oracle card and then an Animal Spirit Oracle card. What message do you have for Anthony from the Work Your Light Oracle card deck? What does he need to know, please? Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? And that's card number... Oh, they don't have numbers on this card. Okay. This is air energy, though. Be aware of that. So this is about your ability to deal with mental challenges and communication, the thing that you're one of the challenges you're going to deal with this lifetime. So it's time to align your life. So this is right now coming to you as the Lightworker Oracle card. You're really being called to align your life and sort of break the chains that are holding you back. You might want to repeat the mantra, unbound, unbound, I am forever unbound. What animal oracle do you have for Anthony at this time? Animal Spirit Oracle. These are great cards. I love these decks, but sometimes I have to go intuitively with what I'm being told to pull for different people, because I couldn't pull, if I tried to pull every card from every deck I've got, this would go on for 2 hours, and we like to make it around 40 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour at the most. So this feels right, what we've got for you so far. Pretty clear. Yeah, if you decide you want to get a love reading, that'd be great. I'll, of course, give a $10 discount on that as a follow-up reading. So instead of $75 for a 30-minute, it'd be $65, or $150 for an hour, it would be $140. Nightingale Spirit, love is all around. So you're being called to really remember that love is all around. More air energy. The bird here at the bottom of the deck, Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. So you're being called to remember that love is all around you and to kind of be playful. You're going to bring love in by sort of singing your own song, going your own way, and just having sort of a skip in your step and not letting anything really get you down, not expecting anyone to say. Remember, if you haven't signed a contract or exchanged vows, don't expect someone to stay. And having that attitude, no expectations, is the best way to live life in any event, right? And you're going to see a lot of happiness come in after the struggle is done. So be patient with yourself, be patient with others, and that's going to pay off for you so well, Anthony. And expect good things, but don't expect them to just happen magically overnight. Expect them to sometimes come with a little bit of work, right? But other than that, I think it looks great, and I wish you the best. Thank you so much for your patience, again, because I didn't have your email address. But I hope to read for you again if and when you're ready. And let me know how this resonated for you, and namaste. Thank